Good morning, y'all, and welcome to the Foil. This is Danny Cohen, and we're coming off a big win against the Senators. Wasn't that a fun one? It was a playoff game in the regular season. Spirited, dramatic. We win in overtime. And we got a little roster drama on the heels of it after the dust settled. They had an injury with Thomas Chabot. We unfortunately had an injury with Adam Ernie, who is going to be out for at least several weeks, it looks like. So who comes in? Is it Nathan Bastian, who's been in the press box in the doghouse here for a little while? Does this guy, Jamie Benn, come back in? I sure hope so. We also have Capobianco, who can slot in as a 7D. Maybe they go 7D, 11 forwards. Or they could call someone up from the AHL, like a Cameron Hughes, who's a left shot, leading the AHL in scoring and kind of fits that bill for a more of a grinder type of role. Before we get into this game against Montreal, go ahead and do this for me. Subscribe, like, comment in the box below, share this, repost it, text it to a friend, email it, print it off, send it in the mail. I don't care what you do to get the word out there, but please help me out. I would love to get this as big as we can. So we got another tough game in Montreal here. It's probably tougher than Ottawa. They're kind of a better version of the Ottawa team that we saw. They're young. They've got some talent, and they have got a little bit of nasty in their game. So they're 1 point behind us with one game in hand. Montreal leads the Atlantic and is the number 6 team in the league right now. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10, and they're coming off a loss, a 5-1 loss to LA. They lost to them at home. LA is the best team on the road, or second best team in the road in the NHL at 7-1-2 on the regular season. If only they could be that good at home, they'd be one of the top teams in the league. They're pitiful at home, but I digress. So, nonetheless, you can't read a whole lot into that loss, being that LA is so hot on the road. So you can expect a tough game out of them. Suzuki leads the team with 20 points. They've got Cole Caulfield, who's got 12 goals on the early season. Pretty impressive. Lane Hudson, who was a rookie last year, sophomore this year, has got 1 goal, 13 assists, 14 points on the young season so far. They've also got the righty back on the back end, and Noah Dobson, who was a subject of potentially coming here over the trade deadline last year. He's got 1 goal, 10 assists, 11 points. So they've got some firepower in terms of playmakers on the back end there. They've got Ivan Demidov, a rookie from Russia. 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points so far in the 16 games they played at 19 years old. He's a stud, just can do magic with the puck. He was the 5th overall pick in 2024, and probably is going to end up being one of the best, if not the best pick from that draft. Actually, that was the Bedard draft. He's not going to be better than Bedard, I don't think, but he could be your number 2 guy. So they've also got Arbor Xhekaj, who you have got to watch out for. He's a big, mean, tough, big old boy. And he is a player that we do not have an answer for. So, hopefully we don't get bullied around by that big defenseman. They've got 5 fights on the year from 4 different players. So this is another one of those games. If you're a fight fan, you might see a little fisticuffs. And Dallas coming off of 3 wins in a row. We've got points in 10 of our last 11 games. Pretty impressive. And all of the big guns are on fire here statistically, except for Harley, who is on a slump. Miro has 11 points in the last 5 games played, 1 goal, 10 assists, unbelievable. Even any forward would die to have those numbers, right? So keep it going. Mikko has had a goal and assist last night. The last game against the Senators, he's had 9 points in the last 5 games played. Wyatt also has 9 points in the last 5 games played. So the guys that are getting paid to do their job are doing their job in spades. We've got some injuries, the Adam Ernie injury that I discussed, as well as Jamie Benn, who might come back. Knock on wood, he might be the guy, right? But still no word on that. He had the punctured lung in the preseason. Matt Duchene took a big body belt early in the season, and he has not been back since, except for 1 game. And he is not expected to be back. And then Nils Lundkvist is MIA. He is probably not going to be back here for another several weeks. So injuries are still an issue for us, but we're getting slowly better. Montreal's got some injuries too. Patrick Laine, the big Russian scorer, is out for a little while here. He had a core muscle surgery, so you won't expect him. Important piece of their offense, but they're still doing very well. Number 5 offense in the league at 3.63 goals for per game without him. Just imagine if they can get him up and running. Montreal also is out their number 5 defenseman in Caden Goulet, who is not expected to play tonight with a lower body injury. So that number 5 offense of Montreal goes against the number 15 defense of Dallas, who's letting in 3.06 goals a game. Dallas has the number 19 offense at 2.94 goals for per games played. And they're going against the number 19 defense out of the Montreal Canadiens at 3.19 goals against per game played. So Dallas has the number 2 power play, and this is really why they are where they are in the standings, because you can see that they're middle of the pack at best in terms of their offense and defense. Even strength is not their strong suit so far, though we've seen some improvement in it. Where their bread and butter is their power play, number 2 in the NHL at 32.8%. You don't want to put this Dallas team on the man advantage. Montreal has a middle of the pack power play opposition killing penalties at 80%. Not too bad. And then Montreal has the number 5 power play in the league at 26.1%. So our penalty kill, which is struggling, 26th overall at 73.6%, does not want to put that Montreal power play on the job either. So this is a game where both of these teams are probably going to tell their players not to take penalties. We're probably going to see Dobish, I would imagine, in net, who's got a .920 save percentage on the league, just tearing it up this year. One of the tops in the league, if not the tops. I didn't look that up, but those numbers are fantastic. Montembeault is splitting time with Dobish, and he has a much worse save percentage at .861. So we'll see who we draw, and this one should be a exciting game. I love these Eastern Conference games. I wish we're in the Eastern Conference with Houston somehow in the mix as a rival. It'll never happen, but one can wish. I just love the style of hockey that they play out there. It's a lot meaner. It's just fun to watch. So enjoy this Eastern road trip where we get a little different flavor of hockey, and I'll be coming to you post-game with all of the skinny. Until next time, if you want to reach me, I can be reached at the Foil Hockey. That's THE Foil Hockey at gmail.com. You can also check out my Reddit, which is the foil hockey. Y'all have a good one.